Yo, 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 good morning. Grateful for another maggot-free day above the dirt, Jersey Shore. So this video is a continuation of the first one on emptiness. Um, as I said in the last one, someone asked me to speak about emptiness, and it was kind of a diversion from the trajectory of all the sequential videos I've been doing. But it's still fine to speak about it now. It's such a vital part of all spiritual practice. And I didn't really speak about it when I spoke on conditionality, which is the third truth to the existence of suffering. So it plays into that, into the non-self. So again, emptiness does not mean nothingness. It doesn't mean nothing exists. It just means it exists differently than we thought. Nothing exists inherently on its own. It exists because of other conditions, and and there's nothing fixed and permanent about its existence because those conditions change and its existence will change. So why this is important, and I'm rushing through this a little because I already spoke about it in part one. Why that's important is because to understand emptiness is to see through the veil of illusion, to see how we separate intellectually from true experience, and we kind of live via the construct we create of self and its experience. We live via what we think and imagine about things rather than the true real-time experience. So that said, as I just said, emptiness doesn't mean nothingness. In fact, to the contrary, rather than nothingness, it includes everything. And that might not make intellectual sense, but I'll give you an example. So if you're sitting watching this and maybe you're drinking a cup of tea, you have a mug. Mug is the label um, that we give this thing that we drink tea out of. Somewhere along the line said, hey, I'm going to call this a mug. And that's the label, that's the construct. We need that. We need labels and constructs to navigate the material world. You know, I need to know what to ask for when I want a cup of tea when I come over, and you need to know what I mean. So that's not what this is about. What it means is that the mug does not exist um, alone without other conditions that created it. And because of this, all those conditions are present, even if they're not um, visible. When we go past the illusion, we can and see all these other conditions are present and always present. We feel a wholeness, a oneness, an interconnectedness that is really what we're trying to achieve in spiritual practice. So when you look at a mug, you see this hard object with it's kind of empty inside. Um, um, but if we think about that, this mug is made up of um, sand, dirt, water that created something we label clay, a person who was nurtured by food and water and sunshine, um, took their hands and shaped it into the shape we call mug. Then a fire was lit, and this clay, this object, was put into the oven or kiln, and it was heated until it got hard. So softness and hardness are there. Um, then it was taken out, and maybe it was polished or glazed and finished. Maybe there was some kind of idea written on it, a quote, a hashtag that someone thought of. So someone's um, ideal or intellect is there. Um, the tea was grown um, by somebody. It involves water and sunlight and oxygen, and then the tea was steeped, and it was brought to the store and by people that cared about it and made it. So all these things. So when we look at a mug, the mug is the label, it's the object, but it's not the experience. The experience is all those things that it's dependent on. Now, also the experience of mud is the touch of it, the holding it. It's the experience is the liquid that is in it going into our body, the feeling of that, and how it nurtures us in some way. So when we start living life based on a perception that's so much more than just the first superficial label or construct that we encounter, we go deeper. So I hope this was helpful as well, and you could maybe watch both of these back to back. And next video, I'll be getting back to the conduct practices and moving forward through the rest of the 8 practice path. Peace out.